What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in our Dead by Daylight series. Today we're doing something pretty cool. Today we're doing a little bit of a recap and a little bit of an informative video for you guys surrounding the release of the new chapter that we're going to be getting in Dead by Daylight. Chapter 18, the newest release, the newest DLC that we got coming in. Very, very exciting times. I figured yes, we are playing currently on console. I know that everyone else playing currently on PC. Those guys are getting the best of both worlds. They're able to play the PTB. But I was thinking about it and I was thinking, yeah, these guys are getting in there. They're going to be trending, getting views and things like that, but that shouldn't hinder us in any way, seeing as we can't do that as well. But what we can do is go over ourselves what we got to look forward to when potentially it's coming out, and all the things that are going to be included in this new awesome chapter that we're going to be getting, and potentially, hopefully, we're going to be bringing this to a new audience, and potentially you're going to be seeing this for the first time. So if you guys are new to the channel and you're liking what you're seeing, you want to help support us a little bit, and you want to see us grow a little bit bigger, feel free to drop a like and a subscribe, because it really does help me with the algorithm as well. So it really does help me out, and helps me to stay motivated and continue making this awesome content for you guys as well. So let's talk a little bit about what we know with the new chapter going forward. So the chapter that was just released is being touted, or being titled, I should say, as the Binding of Kin DLC. So far, we have what's been released is the idea that there'll be a new killer, a new survivor. Essentially, the killer is coming in almost like a sort of two-in-one kind of deal. And then obviously we've got some awesome new perks that we're going to go over for you guys as well, and obviously the new graphics update should be coming as well for the Ormond map, and also for Auto Haven Wreckers and their variations as well. So very, very exciting news. Very, very excited to get into this, guys. So without being any further ado, let's get straight into the new characters. So basically, the new killer is the twins. Okay, so we've got so it's basically being classed as the twins, as you guys have probably seen. So we do have a write-up on the twins here as well, so I'm going to give you a little bit of the twins information on the twins and their background, and a little bit of their lore as well. So the twins are a cooperative pair of killers able to divide and hunt together using their power blood bond. Their personal perks, Hoarder, Oppression and Coup de Grace, allow them to monitor survivors' actions, impede their progress and hunt more effectively. The difficulty rating for this killer will be intermediate. So a little bit of their lore and their backstory is as follows. A pair of conjoined twins, Charlotte and Victor, formed an emotional bond like no other. The unlikeliness of their successful birth in the 17th century could be described as miraculous, yet immediately brought about their life of persecution. The twins emerged with Victor's lower body affixed into the chest of his sister, legs twisted around her muscles and organs. He was smaller than Charlotte, grown as if he were an appendage of her body, rather than a fully formed boy in his own right. As the newborn screeched, so too did the midwife who delivered them, running from the home, yelling of a demon birthed by a witch. So began the hunting of Charlotte, Victor, and their mother, Madeline. The character obviously functioning as one entity, which is through basically what looks like a totally new mechanic to Dead by Daylight, something that we've never seen before. So essentially, players controlling the twins can actually swap between controlling one character or the other, which of them offering different advantages for hunting survivors. So by default, players will control Charlotte, which is the larger part of the the larger of the two parts of the twins. Essentially, it's about the default size, or at least the normal size for a killer. Nothing too tall, nothing too small, and she does have the normal melee and lunge attacks that other killers possess by default. By pressing her ability button, the ability being the power blood bond, you can swap to Victor. Victor is essentially almost like a mini Demogorgon in a way, in the sense that he's quick but he's low to the ground. He can be moved to anywhere on the map where you want him to rest. After then swapping back control to Charlotte, you'll find that Victor triggers something called Killer Instinct in the area around him, which then reveals survivors' auras. Essentially, what this means is he almost acts as like a motion detector, and letting you, if you're controlling the character, where those survivors will be. It almost comes up on the screen like something similar to what you see with Legion when he's tracking. However, that does leave him vulnerable in that state, and as you guys have probably been seeing in the people using it on the PTB, there's been a lot of funny things going around where they can kick the baby or whatever you call it, but obviously the little Victor gets sort of kicked, and then obviously he does return to Charlotte. When controlling Victor, you can use the character's special attack, which is called Pounce. So this is where we talked about how it was similar to Demogorgon in a way, like a sort of Demogorgon sort of lunge. You hold down the ability to charge the move and then release it while aiming at a survivor to attack them. If Victor lands a successful hit on a healthy survivor, he'll latch onto them and afflict them with the broken status, oblivious status, and incapacitate effects, and will prevent them from leaving the exit gates or entering lockers. He will also cause the auras of nearby survivors to be revealed. At this point, it's time to switch back to Charlotte if you are playing the killer, to then hunt down those survivors that have been affected. And just to highlight the fact that obviously if Victor should, or you controlling Victor should miss that attack, he then becomes vulnerable, and then obviously you can dispose of him essentially and send him back to Charlotte, which is very, very interesting. Again, all of this is something that we haven't quite seen before within the game. The killer does come with 3 new perks, as is standard for a new killer. The first perk being Hoarder. This perk is a potential option against survivors who you think will be searching through chests they find around the map. Whether a survivor searches a chest or picks up an item, it will result in a noisy notification if they are within a distance of 24 meters. To make this perk more viable, trials begin with an increased number of chests. When the perk is activated, the rarity of items in the chest gets lowered as well, so that you're not benefiting survivors too much. Perk 2, Oppression. This next generator focused perk is an attractive option for any player who gets frustrated by breaking one generator and obviously trying to create that pressure and gen slowdown, only to see 2 more completed in the same time across the map. So by using this perk Oppression, you automatically cause a number of other random generators to regress when you damage one. I think it's something like up to 2 or 3. If someone's repairing one of those generators, survivors working on them will get a skill check that they have to complete. The ability has a starting cooldown of 120 seconds. The third and final killer perk that's coming out is Coup de Grace. The twins' final perk allows them to have a better chance at landing a finishing blow on the survivors if oppression fails and those generators get repaired anyway. With this perk on, players get a token every time a generator is finished that will increase their melee attack potential. By consuming one of these tokens, the lunge distance of the next attack will be increased by a starting point of 60%, which is massive. It's true that you'll largely only be able to make use of this when you're falling behind, but it may help you to land a decisive hit on some late game players to keep them from then exiting. Okay, so with this chapter, we're not just getting the killers as well, but we'll also be receiving a new survivor as well. The new survivor is a female character by the name of Elodie. She'll be introduced, as we're saying, in the Binding of Kin chapter. So the write-up, or her lore, is Elodie is an occult investigator able to use cunning tricks and stubborn resolve to keep herself alive. Her personal perks, Appraisal, Deception, Power Struggle, which we will go through shortly, allow her to interact with objects in new ways, all while having a backup plan to escape killers. They're classing her difficulty rating as intermediate. So a little bit of her lore here. We'll read a tiny bit of her lore for you guys so you can get a little bit of a background for the character. Born into a lush Parisian household, Elodie grew up in a comfortable home miles away from the Verdant island of Madagascar, her parents' birthplace. Her backpack was always heavy and actually contained no schoolwork. She always carried the essentials, a few history books, some printed maps, a compact shovel. Instead of wasting away with regurgitated facts from her classes, she explored the city to discover the stories behind each statue, neighborhood and street sign. She collected bits and pieces of Paris, making it her own. When she was 14, her parents took her to Dire Island for a business trip to grant her disappointment. To her grand disappointment. The island was a private site for exclusive members of the Imperiality. She was forced to attend pretentious and awkward social mixers daily, and after a few weeks on the island, she met the pariahs, like-minded teenagers who had no interest in being pawns for their parents' political chessboard. And on dull, rainy nights, she would convince convince them to sneak out and explore the island unsupervised. So a little bit of a background for her. She does sound pretty much an interesting character, and we'll go through her perks as well. So her perks are as follows. Appraisal. You have a careful eye that notices what many overlook. You start the trial with 3 tokens. When a chest has already been opened, you consume a token to search it for another item. You unlock chests 80% faster with this perk equipped. The second perk is Deception. Your adventurous lifestyle requires moments of crafty misdirection. Interacting with a locker while sprinting will trigger a loud noise notification at your location and cause you to leave no scratch marks for 3 seconds. You no longer enter lockers while sprinting and while this perk is active. Deception can only be triggered once every 40 seconds. The third and final perk that Elodie will be coming well equipped with is Power Struggle. You've never given up and you're not about to start now. While being carried by the killer, reaching 25% wiggle progress activates the Power Struggle. While Power Struggle is active, you can drop a nearby standing pallet to stun the killer. Power Struggle is deactivated when it triggers successfully. So similar to from what I understand, it's going to be similar to like a decisive strike where you can use this once per round. So pretty interesting idea with the Power Struggle there. I think that's going to be something that is going to be used quite a lot, and I can imagine it's going to be something that becomes somewhat kind of meta, but bullying and things like that with the killers and things like that. I think it's going to be something that is going to be used a hell of a lot. I believe that there is a bug right now in the PTB, obviously for those that are currently playing it on PC, where you can use it an unlimited amount of times, but that is a bug and that will be changed. The release date, as far as I'm aware, has not been released as far as I'm aware, but I think people on the fan sites and things like that, they are suspecting that it will be the 1st of December. So obviously, if you do want to be notified on things like that and new up and coming events and whatnot, feel free to join the Discord, because we have all the latest information in there for you guys, and it's another option for finding some good Survive with Friends teams as well. So the cool thing as well with this is not just going to be the new killer, the new survivor, but they're also bringing in the awesome graphics updates as well for the Ormond map and for Auto Haven Wreckers as well. We're going to leave a couple of images up on the screen for you guys so you can have a little look over it. As you guys know, I'm currently playing on PS4, waiting for cross progression, and when that does happen, we'll be playing. Hopefully, we'll be moving over to PC, and we'll be able to be playing the PTB for you guys as well, and giving you that new content that we wanted to be bringing here on the channel. But obviously, even though we are currently playing it, it doesn't mean that we should miss out as well. And there's obviously a lot of people that play on console who want to know a little bit about what's going on with the new update as well. So hopefully we can provide some new information, some cool things as well if you haven't already seen it. So with the upcoming release of Chapter 18 and patch version 4.4, new collections for Dead by Daylight characters also arrive. For the new killer, there will be 10 new outfits which will be released, of which 8 will be a recolor. That is a simple color variation of other outfits. For the new survivor, there will be 11 new outfits, of which 9 will be recolored. The release of these new collections will take place, what they think or what is being leaked or suspected will take place on December 1st with the release of this new chapter. New skins for Jake, Ace, Claudette, Dwight, Trapper and Zarina have also potentially been leaked as well. So the first skins to be released will be those of the Trapper and Dwight. So that of the Trapper will be a legendary skin that can be purchased for 1,350 Auric cells and will be released on December 4th together with a Dwight skin that will instead be possible to buy for either 1,080 Auric cells or 21,600 iridescent shards. On December 8th, it will be the turn of the skins for Zarina and Ace, both of which can be purchased for 1,080 Auric cells, with the exception of the Zarina skin, which will be also available for purchase with 21,600 of the iridescent shards. And finally, the skins for Jake and Claudette will be released on December 11th, both of which can be purchased for 1,080 Auric cells or 21,600 shards respectively. In addition to the new skins coming soon, skins containing the old Rift will be released in store, including Feng Ming's Demon Slayer skin and the Clown's Mr. Puddle skins, both of which will be released on December 14th, while in January there'll be a release of the skins Marrow Miner of the Trapper and Lab Intern of Claudette Morel precisely on January 15th. And again in January, the Wraiths, Knight, Whistler and Jake Park's non-conformist skins will also be added to the store on January 22nd. Okay, so I think that about wraps up the episode. For today, the information for today's episodes. I hope you guys are looking forward to the new update. I know that we are as well. It should be very, very exciting. And don't forget, if you are new to the channel, to drop a like and subscribe. And guys, I will see you all in the next one.